Hey guys, and welcome to another Spellbreak gameplay video. In this one, I am taking on some duos with Marcus, aka Apostle, and a bit of lead up to start out this video here. We had been playing for quite a while, I believe an hour and a half at this point, just playing some duos Battle Royale, and we were just getting absolutely knocked all over the place because everybody in these lobbies now in the current patch in Chapter 1, I believe it's 2.1 at this point. Everybody is just running all these meta builds on each class, whether it be Focus Mana, Fervor, Thirsty on Stone Shaper. We see a lot of players running Movement Tempest builds. We see especially Toxicologist builds as well. And we're just kind of playing around. I'm trying to get my my class ranks up to level 20 because, to be honest, I haven't been playing a whole lot. I've been just kind of waiting for the next big thing to happen with Spellbreak. We'll get back to this point real quick, as we do have a little bit of action here in the beginning part of the match. I go ahead and deal with the Death Dealer. The death has been dealt to this particular individual, but I go ahead and get a quick little thirst here for my first exile. It's actually a fairly decent game that I put up here, and you're going to see how this unfolds. But as I was saying here, we've been having a lot of players just kind of switch on over to these meta builds because there's a reason they're meta. They're really, really good. And all these players that are playing this game like 24/7, like I wish that I could do, but I can't. They've been really mastering these sorts of builds. So it's really just an unfun time in Spellbreak right now, to be honest. Personally, I know Marcus, for example, isn't playing as much, just waiting for another patch to come out so we can get something new, something fresh to bring to you guys. But for right now, same old, same Spellbreak that we've been playing pretty much since the start of Chapter 1 about 2.5 months ago. So really nothing new in terms of builds or in terms of that kind of gameplay, but we decided to switch on over to some meta builds. Marcus on the Frostborn, I'm on Toxicologist. As you can see, it is Runic Tox. I know there's plenty of people out there, content creators included, that like to really crap on this build just because of how great it is, but in any case, this is honestly my favorite build out of all the meta ones here. It's not really to do with the power. The power is nice, but I just like having all of the options that it provides. You you have the ability to disguise your shots, especially with Frost. You can enter a Vanishing Mist and pop right back out for invisibility. And you can charge up a Frost while being unseen, which is really great. You have a lot of mobility. You can close the distance very well to make your Toxic do some work. And the Outbreak's just extra. So I really, really like this build just for the fun it has. It's very, very fun to, just be able to have total control of the battlefield and total control of the pace of the match whenever you decide to hammer out this build. So that's kind of what I decided I want to do in this match, just to kind of see where we are in terms of like how good me and Marcus are together, because honestly, everybody's kind of playing these meta builds now. You see some familiar names in the kill feed whenever Nudes and Rykota get up here. They, in particular, have been stomping the duo lobby, so we say, you know what, that's enough. We'll go ahead and play some meta builds of our own and just see how we match up. So you can see Marcus on the flight there, trying to get a quick little vantage point. I'm going to hop on over. We're looking for any kind of action we can find. We're kind of W-king, not really paying too much attention. I already have 3 exiles. That is going to grow in number later on, and we're just kind of looting up, talking to each other on our comms as well. Just, having a good time with Spellbreak. It's been a while since I've had a lot of fun in Spellbreak. I tend to have a lot more fun whenever I'm playing with someone else. It's kind of hard to do it as a solo experience right now because, again, I know the meta in and out. If you watch any of my meta snapshots or tier lists, then you would know that, but yeah, I'm very dialed into the meta. I'm very dialed into what is the best thing to run on each class, and I'm very, very good at pinpointing that. So yeah, we're just kind of playing same old, same old. Marcus going to get a quick little exile, and I'm just going to follow up on his buddy. Just going to slap him on down. Nothing really much doing. Not a whole lot of mechanics required from me. Just going to slap, get a little quick shadow step, finish him off as he tries to go invisible, and that's about it. I'm going to read up, get my talents all up. And you can see I'm going to be also getting some quests done while I'm doing this. Again, it's been a while since I've played Spellbreak outright, so we do have a lot of quests to go through. Right now, it's time to be sneaky, though. Marcus and I decide, no, we don't really want to make any noise. We're actually going to just sneak around, make sure we're crouching, make sure that no one knows that we're coming. And this will continue on for quite a while. and we can hear a bit of Toxic Cloud over here, I go ahead and call it out, and we're just going to go ahead and approach there on the ping. Now, we're going to just get right under this bridge. Don't really want to bring attention to ourselves. We see the enemies out there, but we're going to sneak up on them nice and quiet, nice and quiet. Do I recommend you do this? No. But is it fun? Hell yes. So we're just going to keep on sneaking. Now, you can see I really want to start broadening my scope in terms of what classes I build. Obviously, Toxicologist and Pyro are like my main, Pyromancer that is. So I kind of want to keep the gameplay towards them, but I'll get some good games where I'm good to go. Marcus is going to toss me a little Toxic Cloud to get me some Vanishing Mist, and now I'm right in the action. We are going to deal with, I believe, nudes right off the bat. Yep. And now we're just looking for the last member here, Rykota. I can see that he's gone around the corner. I have a lot of health, so I'm going to quickly just rotate in. Marcus is going to heal up his shield and then follow up whenever he is able. Just get a quick little bit of corrosion going on, making sure all that shield is nice and done. Going to get over the top. It's actually a really good move that Rykota did, that Dragonfire Tornado. You can see all of our shields are off now, but it is a 2v1, and we are better than average players, so really 2v1 in this kind of situation, very difficult to get out of, and you're just not gonna. That's a quick little exile for me. In total, I have 6 already, and we have 17 players remaining in the lobby. So what we're doing now is we're just kind of looting up, making sure everything feels good in our current kits. I'm trying to get this Fervor Scroll, but Proletariat says no until I get my mouse right on it. One thing I do wish that they would bring in Chapter 2 is the ability to change the color of your crosshair. Pretty much every other FPS game, first-person shooter, has that option now, so I really hope they give us some custom crosshair. And, like, yeah, I know they're a small indie dev, and, like, there's some stuff that they do that you can say, oh, they're a small indie dev. Honestly, like, I'm paying for things in the shop. I'm paying for things. I even paid for, like, a founder pack in the past for a lot of money, so just to kind of support them. But I really do hope they start upping their game in terms of what kind of features they can offer us. Obviously, we have ranked, and we have leagues coming out as well. Whether or not that will be a Battle Royale mode or something completely different, I don't know. There's a lot of speculation going on, and that's all it is, just speculation. No one knows really anything. We know in Chapter 2, Stone Shaper's getting some buffs in one of the class, but Seth couldn't remember at the time. So we'll kind of see where that goes, but for right now, we're going to go ahead and hop in some Doritos, as Seth says, Seth the CEO, and we're just going to hop right in, get that quick little charge off, and see where we land. Looks like we're going to be over at the Halcyon area. It's a beautiful place to drop. It's right in the middle of the zone, and with rotation number 3 here, as you can see on the map, big rotation. So I'm going to be calling out where we should land. I initially want to go for that tower, but I then realized that it's outside of the current zone. So we are going to hop on over to this little tower. It'll just be me. Marcus has different plans, and I'm just going to be trying to land a little bit of frost. As soon as I see some enemies, I go ahead and ping out, finish out my potion. An opponent is going to see me and interrupt the potion. So I'm just going to try to get a little bit of frost. I end up eating just a little bit too much lightning damage, and I didn't get my potion off. So I am pushing very aggressively, but they are separated right now. So I feel like I can do this. Just going to barely miss on the snipe. And honestly, I kind of feel pretty good about my snipes. You know, I've been playing in Kovacs. I've been trying to get all trained up and everything like that. But we're going to be hopping on over. Marcus and I are going to pinch this one particular enemy. I slow him down and follow up with the frost. Easy does it. And now we're looking for the last member. See him over here. Going to try to garden a little bit, by the way. Hope changes in the future in Chapter 2. But that's going to be the end of Daniel Zinn. And I'm here with 7 exiles. I'm feeling pretty good about myself. One of the things that I hope changes, like I was saying, is that gardening is not in the game. I really hate gardening. I hate that it's a thing. I hate that I have to use it. It's whenever you shoot your toxic streams and they go a really long distance and lay out those toxic puddles and just lay on the corrosion from very long range. It's really obnoxious. I don't think a shotgun weapon should have access to that. I think the range on toxic should be nerfed heavily, so that's just a short range gauntlet and not too much range to be had on, say, something like missed shots, or it shouldn't even be long range in general. So that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that gardening is fine the way it is, or would you like to see toxic change to be shorter range and maybe even closed up on the spread? Again, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to spot out this guy. He spots me out first, but we end up recovering the damage. I'm just going to make sure I'm following the zone, making sure I'm keeping pace with him. I lose him just a little bit, but see him fall back down. Really trying to focus up on him, trying to ignore the other member of the team. And I am going to do just that. Mark is actually going to steal the exile there, steal the disruption. But we see an enemy to our left, and this is the last remaining member of this particular duo. So we are in the middle of 2 squads. We've noticed the third party. I need to heal up. We're going to dip out of this particular engagement. Hello there. I did not see you. Over to the left. Very, very well-timed shadow step, apparently. And I'm just going to heal up as much as I can. Now, I am in a bit of a 2v1 situation. I know that, so I'm going to go ahead and drop down the flash freeze, cut out that lightning, try to bob and weave into the trees, and make sure that they are having the hardest time possible to get me. And I also dodge a snipe, too. Look at how evasive I am. Quick little frost sniped, or a quick little vanishing mist to make sure that they cannot snipe me and that I can reposition with Marcus. Very, very important to make sure that you're rotating with your teammate. That way you can reset and your friend can help you out. I'm going to miss this snipe, but what comes next is a result of training. We're going to get 1, we're going to get 2, and we're going to get a 3. And that's how you are the best toxicologist in the freaking world right there. Feeling really good about that one. Going to go ahead and thirst this last little exile that Marcus happened to down. And now I'm sitting with 9 exiles with 5 people to go. You know, this is just how you do it. You want to train your mechanics, make sure you're well aware of your teammates' positioning, and make sure you're aware of just the kind of high ground and terrain that's around you. That way you can have an easier time going for these exiles. I'm going to get a quick reset off while the action is dead. Marcus is going to go ahead and snipe the heck out of Toe Jameson, and we're going to go ahead and rotate off to this last little duo. Now, he does spot him out fairly early, just barely going to miss on the drop down with the frost. A little bit of Toxic Cloud coming up. We know it's a toxicologist just due to the fact that he appears right there, and there is a little bit of invisibility going on. I'm trying to slap and guard and make sure that I can get him out of invisibility and out of the fortitude. It's a little bit difficult, and I notice I'm with the Stone Shaper, so I'm going to continuously change up my movement here and just going to try to land any damage that I can. I'll come back for more later. Very important as a toxicologist that you have a way out in terms of your movement. And that's exactly what I do there. I save my Vanishing Mist to get out of that sticky situation, and now I don't have to deal with it. Nice snipe that I land here. It's going to be just a little bit of a challenge, but we're going to end up cleaning it up here very shortly. So guys, I do hope you enjoyed this Spellbreak gameplay. Hope you enjoyed the discussion as well. Please let me know the answer to that question earlier on in the comments, and I will catch you all next time. Have a good one.